What's going on, Cougs? My name is Carmen Sisto. I'm here with AJ Russ, and here we're going to talk about the hottest sports takes here on CoogsTalk. Today we're going to begin with, are the Astros a dynasty?
Man, this is a controversial topic. I mean, they made the World Series 2017, 2019, 2021, and now this year. So if they win this year in 2022, that'll be 2 out of 4 appearances. So I think they're on track. But if you look at dynasty throughout the professional sports like the Warriors right now, they won 4 championships in 8 years. That's a dynasty. Mm-hmm. And then, like, say if the Astros win this year, it'll be 2 out of 4. So I feel like if they win next year in 2023, it'll be 3 out of 5. So I think you can talk about dynasty then. But just answering right now, I don't think that they're there yet, but they're close.
That's a good take. I mean, to me, that team is so young, even though we have players like Altuve that's been there for years, and we've lost players like Correa. We just replenished them with Alvarez, Kyle Tucker, whatever. So I think the Astros are good for longevity-wise. As of right now, I say they're at where you're at. They're like a borderline dynasty. Right. They're right there on the brink of it, and maybe like 1-2 more World Series appearances I think can definitely put them over the top.
Right. Exactly.
I'm just worried about this Philly series. We got to win. This will be out right when it'll be after. So
yeah, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully, I mean, they win by that point. But I mean, they've let go of players like Carlos Correa in the past, and people were mad about that. But I mean, they proved that they know how to stack up young talent. I mean, they have a deep roster, and they're continuing to improve.
I mean, Jeremy Pena, he's crazy.
All the girls love him.
All the girls love him. That boy fine.
Whoa, pause.
Yeah, but the Astros, I think they're here to stay, especially for the next, I don't know.
Say like maybe even 5 years, something like that.
5, 6, 7 years, however long it may be. I think our cap space too, we can keep people on lock and have enough to where we can keep the team
and add somebody.
Complete. Yeah, exactly. If we need anybody. So
now that brings us to the next topic. We have to talk about Tom Brady and him divorcing his wife Giselle. He obviously retired this past offseason, and then he decided to come back to football. So I think that caused some controversy in the household, which obviously led to their unfortunate marriage. So who do you side with, football or Giselle?
To be honest, I side with Giselle. I mean, like, he came back. The Bucs are trash this year, so it's like, why did you even come back? But he had such a legendary career. He's the GOAT in my opinion either way. I think you could have just left where you were now, be with your family, live a happy life the rest of your life, but he decided to come back. I mean, it's kind of hard because my inner passion for football wants him to be like, you go Tom Brady, you got this. But then it's like, you're leaving your family, dude. So it just doesn't make sense to me.
Right. I mean, with him playing so long, I think that he just missed it. I mean, he stayed retired for like 3 to 4 weeks, and he was like, "Nah, I'm coming back." Like, I've seen so many memes like on Instagram and stuff saying like Tom Brady at his house with his kids, just not playing football and stuff. But I mean, he has a TV deal waiting for him that's worth over like $200-300 million. So I mean, he's going to be set regardless financially, but I just think that he's an ultimate competitor. Of course, the greatest quarterback of all time, 7 rings. So he just wanted to come back to the game, but it doesn't look as good now. I mean, last year he lost in the playoffs to the Rams. That was a respectable loss because they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That would have been a great way to go out. But now they're 3-5. Who knows what their next game is going to look like? I mean, they're just not looking that good. Their offense, they're struggling to score. Their defense is regressing. Their defense has been one of the greatest things even before Tom Brady was there, when Jameis Winston was there. So it's just looking tough right now, but we'll see what happens. I mean, I think they can still win the division because right now that division is like trash right now. The Falcons, I think the Falcons have the number 1
the Falcons seed. Are the first seed. God knows how. Yeah, nobody knows.
Yeah, I think I definitely just side with Giselle too because I mean, like, you've already accomplished everything on the field.
And I feel bad for like his kids more than less because the whole time they've been alive, their whole lives, like he's been in the league.
Right.
And when you think about it, you're taking like so many months off just to play football and go to Tampa Bay or New England or wherever they were. Like, that affects a family. So I think Giselle's definitely in the right here. So next up, we're going to talk about U of H basketball. It's been a controversy just kind of in the studio, whether it's Phi Sigma Gamma or this current team. What do you think is better, Emma?
I think obviously, Phi Sigma Gamma, they won championships, so I mean, there's not too much of an argument of like who was more successful. But I think if you're talking about impact-wise, over the past like 5 years, they had teams with like Rob Gray. I remember that when I was like in high school watching U of H, making the tournament, making it to the Sweet 16, and then obviously the past 2 years in 2021 making the Final Four, and then last year, this past season, making the Elite Eight. I think that the impact-wise, it's now because I mean, it's a new age, social media. Everybody watches March Madness. It's a big deal. You see so many upsets and things like that, and U of H has been like over the past 20 years. They've been a smaller school, not talked about as much, but I mean they're continuing to bring up their ranks and stuff. They're number 3 team in the preseason poll. So I think impact-wise, this current team, like the say 2017 to 2022 era right now is like has more of an impact.
Yeah, honestly, I would probably say the latter though. I'd probably say Phi Slama Jama just because like how much of an impact Hakeem had on the city, especially being drafted by Houston Rockets after that. Like, I think their legacy just will outlast this team unless they do make the Final Four again or make the championship. And I think if they make the championship, this question can be changed a little bit. But right now, I say Phi Slama Jama by a landslide.
Not even just making it, but like if they win, I mean, winning is the ultimate thing. If you get there, I mean, that's cool, but no one cares about being second place. Like, if you win, that's the ultimate thing. I feel like if they do that, they can do it because they have a 5-star freshman. I forgot his name, but this year, and then they have a lot of guys. Of course, Marcus Saster, my high school teammate, Teron Mark, he's a bucket as well. So I think that they have a good squad coming in this year, and they can really make a lot of noise. All right, so transitioning into the next topic, we're going back to football. So we want to talk about, who are some of the favorite Super Bowl favorites right now. Obviously, you have teams like the Bills, teams like the Eagles, but who do you think?
I think exactly what you just said. I think the Bills have the best shot to win the Super Bowl. I say the Eagles coming out the NFC, that's not a hot take at all. They pretty much run their division, whether you like it or not. I think they run their division, and I think they're going to make it to at least the NFC Championship pretty easily the way they're looking right now.
Okay, you said they run a division. I mean, they barely beat the Cowboys by 9 points. With Cooper Rush, you threw
9 points doesn't matter. It doesn't tell the whole story. Cooper Rush threw 3 interceptions.
Exactly.
That
and
defense,
they still only
that
lost
defense
by 9.
is crazy. That offense, A.J. Brown just put up 3 touchdowns on 6 catches.
Not against them.
Jalen Hurts is looking like a real passer right now. I think they have the best shot in the NFC to make the Super Bowl.
I mean, it's really crazy though, because the Eagles. They made the playoffs last year, but they were okay. And
last year was a different team.
I know, but now they have a lot of assets that they traded for, but now everybody's like, oh my gosh, they're the best team ever. Like, bro, they're good, but like, I feel like if they were to meet the Bills in the Super Bowl, like the Bills would beat them. But you're saying that they run a division. The Cowboys are 6-2. They didn't have Dak. And I remember you were saying something the other week about the Cowboys' running game not being good. Tony Pollard had 14 carries and 131 yards against.
Tony Pollard did have a good game, but one good game doesn't mean a whole good season.
He's always been good. He's
been a good secondary running back. Zeke isn't a good quality running back one.
Zeke is, arguably Tony Pollard's been playing better the past few years.
No, he's been playing better for sure, but I don't think it's to a point where it's like Derrick Henry dominant or like Nick Chubb dominant.
I'm not saying that.
But so the running game is like mid-tier. Mid-tier, I'd say, out of the whole NFL.
Nah, it's not mid. Tony Pollard is good. He's like one of the top 10 to 12 running backs in the league.
I'd say at least 15.
That's respectable.
But going back to Super Bowl topics, I definitely think the Bills have it on lock this year, unless the Chiefs surprise them somehow. The Chiefs are
all you can never count the Chiefs out.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is just crazy talented. So, okay, heading in the next topic. This has been a highly debated topic in the NBA. Just the Lakers in general, they're not looking too hot right now. They're 1-5. Should the Lakers trade LeBron?
This actual point was brought up by Stephen A. Smith, and he posed it maybe a few months ago or something like that, and everybody looked at him crazy. But not talking about it, I think that they should trade him, but they won't. At the end of the day, you're not going to get equal value for LeBron anyway, so realistically, it's not going to happen. But if you try to trade Westbrook, you're not going to get much out of him because he's been regressing since last season. But I think that's the fit too, though. Westbrook, he's still athletic. He's never been a great shooter, so no one should be surprised why he's playing like this. Him and LeBron were never going to play great together. They have too much of a similar play style. They both aren't great shooters.
They both need the ball in their hands.
Right, and then
there's only one ball.
Yeah, and then Anthony Davis, he's great when he plays, but that's when he plays. He's always injured. Like Charles Barkley says, he calls them street clothes, which is utterly disrespectful.
Disney.
But he's really good, though. But
Disney.
You're not going to be able to get a lot from them back. So, the only person you can get a lot from is LeBron right now.
Yeah, to be honest, the only package I think is realistic for the Lakers is just to blow up the whole team. To be honest, it's not working. You don't have any shooters. You have Patrick Beverley in your lineup. If you have Patrick Beverley in your lineup at this stage in his career,
he's a great defender still. But
he's a great defender and he's a great teammate, but I don't think he's like a 6-man at best. I don't think he should be in the starting lineup at all. I think you just need to blow up the team, to be honest.
Right.
Trade Westbrook. Trade LeBron. Get 6 first-round picks. Set up your future.
So you're saying keep Anthony Davis?
No, dump him eventually.
Trade all of them.
Dump him eventually.
I don't know.
Maybe even cut Westbrook. He's just not doing anything for him.
You don't want to cut him because you still want to get something out of that. I mean, he's getting paid $40-something million, and you're gonna have to pay him still.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't think at this stage in his career, nobody is
out.
taking that contract. Nobody's taking him as a player. Maybe OKC just to be.
The Pacers are trying to get. They've been talking to the Pacers, trying to get Miles Turner and Buddy Hield. That would be a good.
See,
trade,
I still don't
trade
think
them.
that doesn't solve their problems, in my opinion.
I mean, they'll be okay, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're just stuck right now. Like, they're just mid. Well, that's all the time that we have for today. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of CoogsTalk. Carmen, it's a pleasure as always to debate with you, talking about sports. Y'all stay tuned for more content around Coog TV.